And we are live. If you're watching this on YouTube, Instagram Live, or Facebook, I will be helping a handful of creators grow their business, anything from running ads to generate book calls to sales to convert those deals, all the way to onboarding and then service delivery so they get their clients great results, and get them to sign up month after month. So all kinds of cool things, hiring sales reps, stuff like that. So hope you enjoy this content. Also, if you want to be a part of one of these coaching calls, all you have to do is scroll down. If you're watching this on YouTube, there should be a description below. There should be a link. You can go click on that link and apply to have a conversation with me so I can learn a little bit more about you and see if we can help you out. All right, enjoy.
Yo, Bushik.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Doing good yourself? I can ask that. I know you're
Uh,
just coming off being sick here.
yeah, I feel like death. I feel like I just traded weeks with you. Weren't you sick like a few weeks ago? So I don't
Dude,
know. Like I don't usually when I get sick, it's like there's somebody that's sick around me, and I'm like, oh, I know I'm gonna catch it. But today there was nobody. Like I'm the only person I know, just out of nowhere. So
yeah. Yeah, I always think about that. Like, did I just like was walking down a sidewalk and it just like happened to land in me? And like, it's like,
what are the chances? What are the odds? How do I get so lucky? So,
oh, good to see you alive and well, at least getting better.
yeah, I'm all right. Head hurts, but I'm all right. I'm good. I'm chilling. How are you doing, man?
Yeah, doing good. I kind of gave you kind of an update on Slack here, but finally got Sasha in the freaking, yeah, it took forever, but she fixed it. So
Yeah,
there with
good.
the chat. And yeah, I was she paused for a little bit, but the weirdest thing is, and I've set expectations with her to not tweak stuff or like she doesn't touch anything, but how pausing is like this was the first time a client just removed her card, and I was like, I just woke up to it being restricted. I was like, what the heck? And
Write
then I oh, what was
write
that?
that write that down. Put that down in your Excel because we gotta tweak that up for your onboarding, dude.
Oh,
That's super crucial. Super crucial. But yeah, that's obviously a no-no. I mean, that'll definitely like make the algorithm not so happy.
yeah, she I mean, I get it. She had to go to New York for a week, family thing, but I was just like, keep me in the loop, that way I could obviously for her not to do that in the future at all or think about that. But that was her way of pausing, right? It was just like, oh, I'll just remove my card for a week and then
No.
oh.
Like instead of like telling you about pausing, she just like removed her card. What the hell, bro? That's so fucking weird.
But I've told her now, I've told her she's the one that always wants me to optimize this. Things that are like $9 a lead. She's like, can we get $1 shaved off? Get it to 8? What about if we do this or that? I'm like, hey, at $9 a lead, you're actually doing really great. And is that like top 20% of most clients that are getting that cost? So just, I wouldn't touch anything. And I always try to relax her, keep her calm. And then if I can mitigate fear, I know she ends up always being like, oh, okay, yeah, and she repeats back what I said, and it seems like she got it, but
She was the
she's
one that's the referral, right? She's the one that you kind of
yeah.
knew the person.
Mhm.
Okay. How much is off the top of your head? I mean, you might not know this, but like how much has she spent and how much has she made?
Um, probably been with me for officially, shoot, man, I should check. Yeah, I'm still getting her numbers. Like I said, right when I was getting on her about the numbers, she did this whole pause thing, and then so I feel like it's kind of been not super in sync. But
Riviera, give me just a second. This is kind of an emergency call. Just one second, dude.
mm,
Oh, so sorry about that, dude. But you were saying that she's kind of like dodgy in terms of answering that question. I can't hear you.
oh, sorry. Which question?
Like how much she's made, how much she spent, how much she spent with you.
Um, how much she's made. So I asked for her to update her calculator, and then that was like right around the time she did that remove the card thing. And then yeah, I got her back on board recently. So that's something I'm just gonna get on a call with her soon, and then I'm hoping I could get on a call with Cam soon, like one-on-one, and then Sasha one-on-one in a capacity, and then kind of let them know about the whole like every Tuesday type of coaching call thing. And then
So
I
you're thinking about hopping on a call with them and then moving that to the Zoom call?
I mean, I was just thinking about like getting them so I could get them both easy, just one-on-one, and then I can let them know that that's what I'm going to do, and then that way set expectation
Dude,
there and
just get them right to the coaching call. Like get them excited for
just get
that.
them in there,
Yeah. Yeah,
and then we
seriously,
can just discuss all that in there.
that's what Cam did. Cam did the same thing. So you can just kind of go into, hey, Sasha, hey, I'm doing something. I'm testing something out, taking all you guys, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this mastermind thing. So like kind of like what I do with you guys. Like from time to time I'll have I'll have Cam come in or I'll have somebody come in and I'm like, hey guys, we're gonna do this cool mastermind thing. I'm gonna have these guys come in, they're gonna share all this knowledge with you guys. And so it gets everybody pumped up to go and show up and listen. So
Right.
basically kind of frame it something like that. It's like, hey guys, so I'm gonna be doing something really cool. This will be on this date. Um, blah blah blah, and just take it from there. The thing is like we have to set proper expectations from the get-go. So the idea is you do this, man, we get them in there, we get them excited, they have such a great experience, and then you so it's like maybe you want to write this down, but like you get them excited, and then what I would probably do is I do some temp checks throughout. So like at the very beginning, at the middle, like, hey, how are you guys liking this so far? You guys gonna value? Cool. All right, guys, and here's what I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make this a regular thing on Tuesdays. Would you guys be down for that? And so now you're kind of like micro selling them throughout, like it's almost like a webinar, and then it'll just become a part of your culture. Because
Oh, so, man.
that that's what I would probably do if I was in your shoes, dude. But moving forward, I mean, the next person that you close, I'd like to be a little bit more hands-on.
Mhm.
I don't know, like I mean, because this time I'll see you on, like get them into Slack and stuff like that. Maybe I can, I don't know if I don't know if the schedule aligned, but maybe hop on, hang out during the onboarding call this way in case you miss something, kind of throw something in there. Just be a little bit more hands-on, just to make sure that we really tighten things up.
Yeah, for sure, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I do have a call today with someone that Sasha referred, so it's like a word of mouth that turned into another word of mouth, but.
Oh yeah. Hell
Um,
yeah.
so her name's Genevieve, and she seems pretty warm. Calls at 5. It's just a phone call. I've been debating doing the whole one call close like Cam did. I mean, I watched a little bit of his video, and not
Yeah.
too much of when you guys discussed it on the coaching, but I
Yeah.
remember watching his actual like video, and I was kind of skimming through it. It just seems like he still has his process down, and he just merged it to one call. Kind of that's
It's
kind
it's
of the gist of it.
it's literally
Is there
the phone
any
call.
major component to it that's different doing one call versus the two call thing,
You
or?
should. You should. I think you should highly consider it. Like, I don't know if you just saw Aiden's message in the general chat, dude.
I
He's
guess it's one of
freaking.
those things is like, should I try it today, or do you feel like I need to do way more? Like, do I need to like watch a lot more to kind of get it down, you think? Or
I mean, the guy went from like struggling to like making $2,000 in like 3 days. So like there's something here, you
Yeah,
know?
I saw that. I saw him write that before.
I'm like, something's going on. Like there's
Oh,
something
so
to
he's doing that method then.
I think so. Yeah. So I want to the sooner he hops on, the sooner we get to kind of pick his brain and see what he's doing exactly.
Yeah.
But it's pretty much the one call close. I think it is. So I
Yeah.
feel like, so here's the thing, like when it comes to like referrals, dude, they should be layups, man. Like I feel like you should just hop on I think that's what it'll be like. You shouldn't be too salesy. It should just be like a regular chill conversation. That's what Cam's call is. It's like
Yeah.
every part, the phone call is just like qualifying. To be honest, that's what I get. It's like a qualifying, like, hey, where are you based? How much are you doing? That what are you trying to do? Okay, cool. And then he puts a little bit like the psychology trick there is like, cool, man. So we have like we do it per location. Like that's the only psychology there. That's the only psychological warfare. And from there, it's like, dude, let me just show you, and then you just hop on and show. Dude, I would do that if I were you.
Uh,
Like, I don't think you can lose
yeah. Okay.
instead
Okay.
of the phone call because I can almost guarantee you'll close, dude. I can almost
So
guarantee
should I
it.
just be on a phone call and then like somewhere, obviously it's discovery a little bit, just chopping it up with them and then just trying to be like, oh, if you have some time, and then I could send them a link and then
Don't
boom.
even that type of energy. Just be like, so you just hop on that call and be like, hey, how's it going? Da, da, da. So yeah, so you're from Sasha. Yeah, Sasha's absolutely crushing it right now. So I'm glad to hear that, you're interested. So like really quick, I just have like two, three questions. I can pretty much tell you whether this will work for you. And then I don't know what those qualifying questions are, Riviera. Is it like where she's at revenue, how much cash she has available to spend on ads? I think pretty much that's what Cam asked. Like, hey, can you afford to spend this in ads? Where are you based? So I feel like that's pretty much all you need to know. Like, hey man, how long have you been doing this? How much are you making? Can you spend this on ads? Cool. Well, hey, look, if you've got a few minutes right now, I can just like show you on my computer how all this works. Don't go with that energy that you went with, like, hey, so if you're available, no, it's just like, hey, you make it super casual. Like, hey, if you got a quick few minutes, I'll just like show you how all this works, and then we just kind of take it from there. And then just pop your screen on, just like show the whole thing, dude. That's it. Abracadabra, bro.
Yeah, I do have all them. Okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, that's how it was with Sasha. It felt very casual, and I honestly it threw me off because the way she came at me was pretty quick. It came out of a sudden, so I didn't really have time to prep. And I think maybe that helped because I wasn't super rigid. So I guess I'll just
Referrals are
check
like
that out.
Yeah, referrals are like that, dude. Like it should be a layup. I don't see why it wouldn't be. I think just be super chill. You'd be okay. She's ready to buy based
Yeah.
off. Yeah, most
In that
referrals are.
case, too, I obviously I don't know how much so much has how much she knows. So should that be one of the things I ask her? Like, is like how much has Sasha told you about the program, and kind of get that way I kind of
Yeah,
understand how much she does know, because I don't want to go in assuming she knows things when she may just be completely oblivious. All right.
right. Okay, so how about this? So you ask the really quick question, she answers you, then you sh show the screen, and then you're like, all right, so here's I'm just gonna walk you through everything from A to Z. Just really quick before I walk you through everything, I'm gonna show you the same thing I showed Sasha. Like, what has she told you, just so I don't, beat this like a dead horse and tell you something you already know. And so at that point, you can get a quick 3 minutes for her to tell you, and then you run through whatever you need to run through. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't spend that on the phone call. I would do that on the Zoom call because once you have her on the Zoom call, she's not leaving.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sweet. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel a little rusty, but I think, like you said, like just referrals are the easier ones. So I guess I just yeah. But
Well, what we need to also, what I'm curious about, dude, is like how did Sasha come about and how did this person come about? Because this is kind of what I'm hearing with Jeremy. Jeremy, a lot of his clothes are referrals now. And so if we can lean into referrals, dude, like that's gonna be a huge part of this, right?
hmm
So
hmm
I would figure that out. How I don't know if you know how Sasha was referred, exactly what happened.
My
And how
buddy Mateo.
So like what happened? Like did he just like he was just talking about it randomly to her and then she was like, "Oh, I'd like to meet this guy."
I need to ask him how he exactly went about it, but the way he's just kind of the guy who's just straight shooter, so he's probably just more or less like is like, hey, you should talk to my buddy Daniel. He's actually come up with something that's could work for you pretty good. I can imagine him being kind of like that, but I'd have to ask him that exact what he said.
Yeah. I don't so when it comes to this person that you're having a conversation with, I definitely I mean, yeah, it's like I don't like it's important information for you to figure out exactly what happened, but I don't know if you should spend too much time on the discovery sales, maybe like towards the tail end once she has bought or he has bought. maybe you can then go into it's like, hey, really quick, how did this whole thing with Sasha happen, by the way? Like, how did you hear about us? And like step by
Yeah.
step what happened? I'm just curious.
So maybe towards the end more so on the
Yeah. Yeah.
say.
Once exactly. Like once you've conducted this sale, once you close it, then we get that information.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Because
So
she
like,
should run through it. I should be able to run through everything anyways, because whatever Sasha tells her is probably not the most accurate way, right? She probably just kind of gives her the gist of it. So
yeah.
I should be having to go through it anyways.
You know
Um,
what would be cool? So you do know what like Jeremy does or no? Or he
um,
doesn't even do it, like it's just what is happening.
I don't know. The last time I heard him talk any strategy was like this Facebook thing where someone like on his behalf like does these Facebook group messages, or and then I don't know if that's what you're referring to.
Yep, exactly. So like so I bring this up because this might be another thing you want to write down. We can start implementing this. Is basically there's a Facebook group that has a bunch of medical spas in there. And so oftentimes these medical spa business owners are leaving, comments like, hey, I'm so distressed because of this, that, this, that. Hey, da da da, what's happening? And so what would happen is we'll just call her Karen. Karen will go in there, who's Jeremy's client, and he'll just be like, hey, like I actually got this really good guy. He's really good. He actually helped me with that specific thing. I was dealing with the same issue. And then from there, I don't know if she like links to his counterpart. That I don't know. I don't know how I don't have this information from Jeremy yet. It's been like a fucking year. I'm like that guy. But and then from there, like he's just like they're just booking calls with them. And so the reason I bring this up is I feel like this is an untapped strategy for so many of us. So how would this apply to you? What we would do is we would get these photographers that you have into Facebook groups. Like for example, full-time filmmaker, right? There's so many people that have advocated for me in there. And obviously you and I met from full-time filmmaker. And so we can get these people to go in there and then reply to distress comments. Even wedding filmmaking, I'm sorry, wedding photographers, they can go in there and be like, hey, season's really dry, da da da. So then maybe Sasha goes in there. It's like, what's been working really well for me is like portrait photography. I actually got this guy. And then boom, now you get like an organic call. So we can be like doing stuff like that. That's something we need to be like spending a little bit more time and energy on.
Yeah. Um, yeah. You know what? I could start with Wendy, and then she has her own photography profile that's she's running ads off of.
Hell yeah.
I could potentially just have. I even asked her because she gets super busy, right? With her, she's put so much hours with everything. She's doing two jobs, but I know she basically said, "Hey, just take over my profile. Like, here's my login. Just go and make the comments yourself."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh shit, I didn't think of that." All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, just do
Yeah.
that. Seriously. Seriously, like
We
spend
kind of
like
just
30
talked about
minutes.
it, but we never really put our foot. We really didn't actually make our first step. So I no, I think there's yeah, I think I need to make movement there because it's just untapped, right? I mean, it's worth a shot. Even if I could just shoot out like there's I can imagine full-time filmmaker people, I'm about to sell off this gear, there's people that rant and rave about like them quitting. And it's like, oh man. And then there's always comments like, oh man, what happened? It's like he's like, can't get sales, people are cheap, or it's like there's always struggling people that post, right? So, and I was even thinking maybe doing that. She makes the post, right? Or anonymously, and then maybe
Yeah.
I don't know if she can comment to it.
Yeah.
I would have to look into that, but that would be kind of rigged. But
Yeah. I mean, hey, dude, like, hey, man, the game is the game. I personally think that, like, not doing an honest post, I feel like that would be a little bit sketch. Like, it would not
I
get,
wouldn't want to. Yeah,
if you have, like, maybe three profiles, like, one's Wendy, one other person, you, like, rotate, like, one day a week responding to stuff. There's so many sales calls you're gonna have, dude. So many. I think it's an untapped thing most people don't do. Um, But anyways, man, we're branding like we're all over the place in terms of
yeah,
our comments. But how's like so yeah, I mean, I'd really like to see, like just like we have Wendy's numbers, we really want to get everybody's numbers and kind of figure that stuff out slowly.
yeah. I'll definitely get a hold of her on that update. Um,
Yeah.
I know a big one is you wanted to know how much she had spent with me so far. So far, 2,000 from
Okay.
the when you include the last payment she just made. So basically $500 a month, and I believe she's on auto pay now. So I hit her with the whole because I said at the end of the 3 months like 500, 500, 500. that it would be 1500, but she had a kind of a slow previous month, so I don't know. I'm like, I don't know if she'd stick around for 1500. So I told her I could keep it rocking at 500 a month so long as everything's like on enabled auto pay.
You said 1,500 for 3 months. Is that what you said, or $1,500 per month?
1500 for 3 months.
I,
And then she did do that, right? But I said, by the end of the 3 months, it's going to go to $1,500 per, basically per renewal, right? Like every 3 months, right?
yeah.
But I kept her at the 500 to get an easy like win and to get her like sticking to the system because I know her last month was a little slower. That I feel like I don't know if I could hit it right. Especially with her pausing and doing this weird stuff shenanigans. So I hit her with I will keep it rocking at 500 a month so long as it's on auto pay enabled. And so far, yeah, Square went through. She paid it, and then it's on auto pay, so that should at least clear that up. But
Okay.
yeah, I just say that to say is that that was just my way of like trying to keep the relationship going, rather than just having high friction, which it could go one way or the other.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll get the numbers. So yeah, I'll get the numbers from her. In terms of ad spend, I mean, it's been 3 months, so it's more likely than $1,940.
Nine
Um,
$40. So she spent 2 grand with you, and so yeah, I feel like if she had like the numbers, the way I don't know if I'm pretty sure I went over this with you, 1.5x, right? Which means that she would need to spend what is it? 3,000, I think. That's what it is. So 2,000 times 1.5. Yeah, she would need to spend $3,000 to be rather profitable. Like a good healthy number of profit, a good healthy amount where paying you is a no-brainer.
yeah, she's at 20 closes so far. So if we do the math, 20 times 250, because she's really doing the 250. She's done the 150 once in a while just to make it a close, but for the most part, she only does 250. I think that's 5K. I mean, that's probably just like a rough estimate, right? Because there's the
Yeah.
upsells, which by the way, she's definitely so the last I think 5 or 6 times she used the upsell method, she's gone the top gallery sale. And then Wendy tried it just for shits and giggles, and she got it twice in a row.
Let's do this. Like when
So
you
I was
hop
like,
on. Yeah, yeah. So let's do this. When you do that group coaching call, I think I'd like to be there actually. And then I can help you, like we can ask questions and really kind of figure out what's working for everybody.
mhm.
That together. That might be a good idea actually. Because that's good to hear, man. I'm really glad to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's just 250 to 350, but I think about the fact that it's just like a 90% upsell close rate, like not even 90%. Someone, even the one person says no, like a couple days later said, never mind, my husband wants the full gallery. So it's like almost like a 98 or 100,
Yeah.
which is crazy. It's just a little bit. It helps,
Yeah.
especially when all they've known is this. My system's not fully fleshed out, let's be honest, but all they've ever known is that. And they kind of rocking with me. But so if I could just add a little value to them, it's a big deal. And then if we can even crack the albums, that's gonna make them be like, oh shit, where was I even do?
Yeah.
So that's what goes in my head in terms of like at least I'm making those small little things to keep them sticky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I just updating you generally. But
Yeah.
yeah, so far, I mean, it's on her Google. How she's been keeping up to date, more than her Google Sheet, it looks like. So I could definitely confidently say 20 closes on based on her high level. And if I get an update from her, maybe it's more. So
Yeah, just let me know when you kind of, and you can, another thing you can just kind of say is like, hey man, I'm gonna have my business partner there with me. And you just say like me and be like, hey, here's a little bit about me. And then that might get them a little bit hyped up and excited to learn a little bit more and like prioritize being there. Um, and then once you have the date, let me know. And then I'll probably like actually just write down a few questions just to have structure to the coaching call actually for us
okay,
to get information. And then probably even like drill them on like, hey guys, here's why we need the Excel sheets and here's why da da da. So kind of a second pass opportunity at like onboarding, getting people's mindset right to capture the data for us. But man,
yeah.
that's good news, man. I don't hear anything bad. I'm hearing all good, all good signs. How are you? So your ads, how much have you spent recently, and like what's things looking like?
Um, Mine's November's not totally up to date, but I did spend 681 there. I don't know why it's over the usual $20 a day. I think maybe for a time I tried two ad sets at once, but yeah, I wish it was a little more up to date. I would say just in general, since the last time we spoke, I just feel like I've been getting leads, but then it's like a mix of one people, like I said, where they're just like I can't even find information on their photography business. And when they tell me like they're photographers, I take it face value. But then I ask them if they have Instagram. They're like, no. I'm like, a Facebook. They're like, oh, like an old one. I'm like, oh, how do you primarily get your clients? Word of mouth. So
So
a lot of these dudes seem offline, and to be honest, when I do find their online profiles, they're kind of like I said, I think I just need to adjust some things on the ad level, maybe saying, hey, I'm looking for five portrait photographers making over 5,000 a month, and maybe just tweaking my current ads. But
yeah,
October's up to date.
we
Um,
need to like where we are for sure, dude. Here's what we need to do, man. We need to move to the one call close for sure. Cause I'm looking, so all right, so you spent so we're spending $15 for a book call here, and then two out of the 13 people we're having a conversation with, you're spending $101 on a call, no problem. Here, you're speaking for $51, here, $75. All this is like okay. And then here's where like I'm like, whoa, like $200 to have a conversation, whoa, 300, 400, whoa. So 200 is okay if it's a sales call, right? And
mm.
so what I'm seeing is that you're convert so like the conversion rate is okay. So the conversion rate has not changed, right? It's like about 50, like 25%. This is a little bit alarming right here.
November, I'm haven't updated fully, so I've had way more live discovery calls on
Okay.
that one, but I just need to update that component.
If we had to guess, give me a number in here just so I can kind of plug something and just have an idea. Like 5, 10.
Probably. I mean, whole November. I like to say 7 or 8.
Okay. So if we say 7, okay, then we're good. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, $100 for a call, no point. I mean, no problem. So here, yeah, based off of like the numbers I'm looking at, like, yeah, definitely like once you update them, hit me up. Maybe that's another note because I do want to have another look because some of the stuff is a little bit quote unquote alarming. Not like it's just not alarming like, oh my God, something's on fire, but hey, this tells me right away we need to make a pivot. Is yeah, I think moving towards a one call closes, especially if our numbers are going to keep creeping up. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have much more to say other than that. I think the ad tweak that we talked about making and then pushing this to a one call close, getting people in for relatively cheap, that's kind of the move.
Gotcha. Yeah, I checked right now. It looks like it's 8, but I need to reconfirm another sheet. I tracked stuff, but yeah, it looked like it was 8.
Okay. So this month, October. So yeah, what happened in October? Just like um
I think we talked about it a lot. It was my leads like slowed down half the volume, and then from those leads, a lot weren't even answering. That which is just kind of like two things coming at once. So that's kind of what I was, yeah.
yeah, this doesn't scare me. This is cool. I mean, if you had $200 for a call, then I would say one call close. This is even like still two call close is fine. But my suggestion is just like let's just try the one call close. I'm
Yeah,
just seeing like
shot.
so much like progress with that. So just move towards that. But yeah, I would say like let's update me next week in terms of the new tweaks that we talked about in terms of the ads, being a little bit more qualified with the ads.
Yeah, I have a winning ad. It's like the one with the 80s theme background and does
Okay.
pretty well. But yeah, man, and I do get some leads that are like, just a totally different niche. You're like boudoir, so all the women are naked on on the damn feed. So I'm like, I don't know how to run family minis on that, but so I'm
Yeah.
like, I mean, what should I get? I mean, in my head, I'm like, I'm still gonna call them because I can always make them make a new Instagram if they're willing to ditch boudoir, right? If I could get this fool to realize that he's wasting his time with that, right?
You
So
have
in
a
my
lot
head,
of,
I'm thinking like that, but sometimes I'm like, it's an uphill battle because it's they're a little stubborn sometimes.
do you have a lot of boudoir or is it like a one-off type of deal?
Um, there was like two or three that came in like last 2 weeks. So I did that. And then when I look at uh
Ask
anything outside of that, sometimes it's just oh yeah,
ask
sorry.
Yeah, if somebody comes in for boudoir, I mean, I typically wouldn't give this advice, but like if it's not crazy, If you feel like you can just easily do it, if you feel like it wouldn't be too much resistance, be like, hey, dude, do you know Sasser? Michael Sasser? They probably know Michael Sasser. He's like huge. And then from there, be like, hey, look, we actually have a course that'll teach you like a strategy that we use for paid ads to get more boudoir clients if you're interested. It's like 97 bucks. And just like try to sell that real quick and just be done with the call. And you probably, as you know, that's just in here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So hit him with that.
Yeah, that's it. That's literally it. It's like the funnels here, videos, everything's here. And then yeah, if they're, I mean, 97 bucks, and then if they start going through and they say, hey, Riviera, can you help me build this? I don't know, maybe we charge them 100, 200 bucks, set something up real quick.
Right.
So I don't
Okay.
know. Just, I mean, it's up to you. If you don't
Yeah.
think it's worth it, don't worry about it.
It's funny because I have Michael Sasser's exact funnel built out like to the T on it because we did
Yeah.
try that for Wendy initially. That was our first actual like $1,000 spent was that, but we just were trying to make it work for family minis, which I don't feel like worked. That like basically what works now is what works now, but we were trying to do high ticket like I think we were trying to do high ticket like family photo shoots. So it wasn't the same thing. So but I imagine for boudoir that worked for sure because you're speaking to, you don't, it'll reawaken you and there's a
Like,
whole different type of customer audience for that. But
yeah, yeah, exactly. It's a whole different type of conversation for sure. It's very empowering and stuff. So, but anyways, anything else too that you want to go over?
no, that'll be it. I mean, I'll probably stick around for a little bit and then yeah, I'll just probably be getting ready for probably leave a little bit later just to get ready for that call.
Okay, sounds good. That's the referral call. You said you had that today?
Yeah.
Okay. What time is that call?
My time it's 5, so like hour and a half.
Okay, 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 okay. So hopefully Aiden gets here and you at least get to hear a little bit before you have to get going. But we'll see. But okay, cool. I'm gonna transition, move on, and then again just hang out for as long as you can until you have to get going.
Cool, cool.
Um,
Thanks.
cool. Mason, Estelle, I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Mason, did you have a good weekend, dude? Did you get fat? Have some
It's
turkey?
all right,
Gobble.
bro. But my grandparents are like obsessed with their like bird. They have like a bird,
Uh,
and like because my brother was there and my dad was there, there was like only enough rooms, whatever, and they would not like take the bird and put it in a different room. So I had to sleep on the fucking floor because the bird had its own bedroom.
what? Is
Yeah,
this is this a
my
small bird or a big bird?
bro, it's just a fucking little bird.
What the fuck? How does a
Like
bird
you
have its
walk into
own?
a pet store and they all look the same, and my grandparents go in, they're like that one. I'm like, all right. But yeah, they're like obsessed with this bird, bro, and it's just like like I don't know. I fucking hate the bird.
I would hate the bird if it fucked with my sleep too. I get it.
Yeah,
Birds paying rent.
Yeah, bird's paying
bird
rent, bro.
gets like food, like like breakfast and shit, like good food and stuff. I'm gonna sit there and I'm like, what the fuck?
Shit.
My dad hates it too because like my grandparents are like, oh, like don't be mean to your brother. His brother's the bird. It's pretty funny.
Do you have a good Thanksgiving aside from the bird shenanigans?
Oh my God. So I don't even know if I should tell you this because it's fucking embarrassing. But like, I'm
Well,
like,
now you have to tell
some odd
us.
reason, bro. Like, I was like so excited for Thanksgiving this year. I was like, I can't wait to like feast. Like, I'm just like, I was so ready. I was so in like the mindset of like eating like mashed potatoes, like everything, right? So my mom's like, okay, we'll do, we're gonna do Thanksgiving at my house or whatever. I'm like, all right, like this is gonna be perfect. Like, I'm ready, right? So I get there, dude, and like there's like there's just like a plastic bag on the counter. I'm like what the fuck is that? There's like no food, bro. Like I'm like looking around, I'm like, dude, this is Thanksgiving. Like I'm supposed to be fed. So I look in the bag and it's just like 3 containers of like Cracker Barrel takeout, bro.
Mm.
Hold on, bro. I gotta send you this picture. This is what I ate for Thanksgiving. My life sucks right now. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
You got what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? You got catfished on Thanksgiving.
Bro, and then I slept on the floor.
Yeah, that's a cherry on top.
So no, no, so yeah, look at the general chat. That was my Thanksgiving.
I mean, it doesn't look bad.
bro.
I've never had Cracker Barrel, so is it not bad, not good on a scale of one to
Well,
10?
like maybe like multiple pieces of turkey.
Yeah, for sure.
It wasn't bad, bro, but it was just kind of like I don't know. Like a vibe.
Expectations were not met.
Expectations were, I mean, not even that high. Like I mean, they were at the same time, but like at the same time, it's like, bro, like we can't get worse than that. Like,
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. Sounds
no,
like you
it's
had
good because when we went to my grandparents after, like a couple days later, like on the weekend, then we kind of had like a modern Thanksgiving.
that's
So
good. Yeah.
yeah, other than that, like that, I mean, it's been pretty good. But
Do you take your girlfriend with you to these things?
no, she went down back with her family.
Gotcha. Cool, cool.
Otherwise, yeah, but she was just busy.
Yeah, yeah. That's
She
on you
like
ever
and worked. That's all she did.
she did what?
She went home and just worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's it. Like literally, like we didn't really do much. We just sat there and ate, watched football, and like oh, we went to hibachi too. That was pretty lit because my grandparents are like they're still trying to figure out how to like use Gmail. So like we brought them to hibachi and they like lost their minds. They were like clapping. They were like all happy. Shit. It was pretty cool.
That's cool. That's fun. Sounds like a good time. So you got some sugar and some spice. A little bit of good stuff, a little bad stuff.
Yeah, it's can't have bad without good, good without
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Yeah. That's on you have a good Thanksgiving, bro.
Yeah, man. I wanted to add to Mason. Feel bad because I had two feasts.
Oh,
Had
dang.
two separate feasts.
You're just rubbing it in, bro.
Yeah.
I'm about to go to your house.
Yeah. We had one at my house and then we also had one at my brother's.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. You ate good. Put on like 10
No,
pounds.
man. Bro. I'm like, fuck, man. I gotta, I gotta get back in the gym. It's been
That's
a
like
little bit
too
of a
much.
slump the last week and a half.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
but hey, man, Thanksgiving, man, only comes around once a year. So you gotta, it's a festive time. Everybody's in a good mood. So glad glad you had a good Thanksgiving, bro.
It was pretty chill.
Yeah, that's good. All right, well, what's up, bro? What do you want to talk about?
Nothing much, man. I have took me a while, but the whole bro. I did a video. I'm gonna do the same thing as Mason. I'm gonna post in the general. I was trying to I was like trying to do one of those videos for the kickoff form.
Mm,
And in the middle of it, I'm just, oh fuck this bullshit. I'm like, just because it was bad, bro. So I ended up doing it instead of doing the live camera. I just did the photo. So I had my photo on the side, and then I just ran
you're
it.
just talking. You're
Yeah,
just talking. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
man. It was yeah.
it's you just feel like you're saying too many buts, ums, or like tripping over stuff. Is that why?
I feel more than anything is because I'm talking about something that I don't actually know. So if I was talking about something that I actually know, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I get
So
that.
it's a little bit different. So I'm like, I have to remember what to say as opposed to knowing what I'm talking about.
Do you like try to like you watch the video and maybe like take notes, like bullet points, and then try to record it? You ever try that?
I did, but then I was still like thinking too much. So
Yeah, it's all good.
yeah, ended up having to edit it in, in Loom and stuff. But hey, man, it gets the point across. You know what I mean?
Hey, look, everybody's a little bit different. If that doesn't work as well for you and you
Mhm.
feel like it would be more efficient, but just for the future,
Yeah.
again, when you redo your onboarding or whatever, or if you ever see something might you have to recreate your own version, or just record yourself with a camera, type in a script, edit it out if that's faster. You know what I mean? Some people it's
Mhm.
faster. So you don't have to,
True.
Loom videos or anything like that. So, but no, I'm glad. So are you past that or you still have some stuff to record? Or are you done with those things?
No, I'm done with those things.
Okay. So what's next then? What's the move? Like, are you onboarding her? Like, what's the move?
I asked her, she hasn't texted me back yet, but I wanted to see if I could do it tonight. Because she works during the day, so she's only available in the evening.
Yeah.
Not tonight, tomorrow, see what her schedule's looking like.
Okay.
That way I can get her onboarded. But during the days, I intend to still be doing other stuff, not waiting on her.
Okay. So yeah, in terms of like the other stuff, did you have stuff you want to talk about? I know like, for example, Rivera's hair, you can maybe talk about if you were curious, you can ask a little bit about the dentist experience and just, whatever to give you a little bit of value for that next phase, bro. Whether you want to ask me questions or ask him questions or Mason. Mason's got opinions. Mason has seen me through thick and thin, work with so many people in so many different niches, and he's seen a lot of stuff. So just kind of want to open up to you, like, what did you want to talk about potentially, bro?
Um, in terms of the options that you gave me, I wanted to give it some more time to just try to think about it. So I thought over last night would have been enough, but I have a lot of back and forth, so I'm trying to um, decide on something concrete. And obviously bounce it back with you and see what your thoughts are.
Why don't you ask like a question? You don't have to mention any of the niches if you don't want to. You can just like maybe ask a question, then maybe get like Mason's thoughts. It's one thing to hear from me, but maybe hearing Mason's thoughts could help.
Okay. Let me see what question I could ask.
So Mason, he's just in the process, bro, of like
Yeah, yeah.
trying to niche down. And I have three that I suggested to him that I feel like would be a good starting place. But obviously you've kind of seen us do a bunch of different niches and been through the PT and been through the various niches yourself. So I'll just give you a little bit of context. I think Esteban's kind of in I don't want to speak for him, but I think he's in a mindset where it's like he thinks, of course it's important, but maybe want to pick the wrong one and think it's going to potentially hurt himself or something like that. I don't know. Actually, I'll stop because I'm putting words in his mouth. So, Eston, go ahead, bro.
yeah. Well, the biggest thing is going back to 2017. I don't want to make another mistake that's gonna take like 10 years. You know what I mean? So in
Give him a li-
2017, where I
What do you like?
decided,
What do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean
um,
by mistake? Because I feel like that's
uh,
super.
yeah, 2017, I was that's when I was gonna start um marketing agency infused with like content creation, which is pretty well established now. So like marketing agencies that create marketing videos, but they also run ads. That's pretty popular now, and it was popular back then, but not as popular. But then I decided, because I was so busy and getting a lot of like busy work with weddings and things like that, I didn't have the time actually to proceed with what I wanted to do, with what I had started with, making the ideas. And I was talking to a business partner back in the day, and then I never actually did it. So when I went through, like, um was in 2017, 7 years later, and it was like something I wish I would have done, that as opposed to go on the wedding route, because I had to decide, because wedding was taking a lot of time, because I was doing the editing. I didn't start outsourcing until after, but I was doing the editing, um, and doing everything by myself, the shooting and things like that. So I was like, all right, well, this is going well now, even though I saw, and I had the vision, that of what I wanted to do. I didn't pursue the marketing which I wanted, which I think I should have. So because of that, I'm like, okay, well, I have this vision now of this niche that I want to do, a specific way that I would like to do it, and see, giving that a try. I'm okay with giving that a try and not working, and then not trying, if
So
that makes sense.
what would like your specific so Mason, hopefully you got that. So obviously me and
No,
Eston,
I already knew kind of all the stuff you're saying,
right.
Esto, like the first call that we had. I wouldn't necessarily even like first off, I wouldn't necessarily say it was a mistake because the thing is like if the wedding stuff was providing you income at the time, it's not the stupidest thing in the world to continue to go with that because the thing is like if you look at it now, if you wouldn't have invested like in us in a program like this and you try to do it yourself, it probably would have ended badly and then you would have missed the opportunity cost on the weddings. So I don't necessarily think it's a mistake, right? So from where you're at, I don't think you've necessarily made a mistake. It's just where you're at. So
Mhm.
like in terms of finding a niche, like don't worry about making a mistake. Like you're not going to make a mistake. Everything kind of applies on itself anyway. Because like although like let's say like a dentist and like a chiropractor, although like the services and everything is kind of different, the skills that you're learning are more stackable It's not like you have to go and get a doctor degree to understand what's going on. As long as you understand like how to generate leads and like talk to business owners, and it doesn't really matter what niche you're in, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
What's maybe a specific question in terms of like how, like, what is a question you can phrase to Mason where you're like, hey, I'm thinking this, but what about this mistake? I'm thinking this, but so I'm thinking this, but I think that potentially this could happen, that could happen, that could happen, and I just don't want to make that mistake. Do you have any of those maybe thoughts? And maybe you could post something like that to Mason.
Um, so let me see. So what I have in mind, Mason, for the most part, which I know we talked about like the dental in the dental field and stuff like that. Um, I wanna do something that's more so like a growth partnership type of stuff slash consulting. Where I'm focusing on one dentist per state. And that's kind of gonna be one of the things to kind of bring them in and get them excited because one of the issues that was happening with the old place that I used to work at, many of the dentists would complain to me how they just feel like a number. So I'm like that created a problem that I would want to solve for them. So I'm like, okay, I have this dentist in this state, and my goal will be to give them 100% of my attention in that state, obviously, in terms of marketing, maybe content creation, but now I kind of deviated a little bit from the creating as much content as I wanted to in the beginning. And marketing solutions, basically, doing work with them and kind of that's what I had in my mind. So if I was to deviate from that, then I would go to like another niche where I may not want to give it my all because that's not what I had in my mind, if that makes sense.
Mason, just to give you a little bit more context of the situation, Estelon spent the past few years working for this dude who's basically been running a agency for like, I don't know, like a decade or some shit. I don't know exactly how long Estelon knows, but dude probably fucking racks in, bro, like 20, 30 million a year or some crazy shit. Um, maybe I'm over, but like it's a big number. So basically the way he does it is he'll find a dentist. And so instead of, like obviously the higher the price tag is, the more money they're going to make, and therefore the more money you can charge. And so he's not helping dentists sell Invisalign. He's helping dentists sell fucking tooth like arches. So these motherfuckers like 40 G's, bro, 70 G's. And so because they're so expensive, he's going to these dentists, however he's closing them, and he's charging them like a big ass fee. I don't know, that's on maybe like 70,000, crazy amount. So he like each
Yeah.
client is worth like 70,000. It's like gym launch shit. So he's
Yep.
70,000. However, I was looking at the funnels, bro. I was looking at the shit. It's like super fucking simple. I know all they're doing is he's charging them 70, 80 G's, and then he's basically setting out a content team to like record a bunch of shit and probably use that content to like test ads, test different things. But like, there's nothing. Like, I went to the dentist Facebook page. I went to their website. It's literally like the simplest fucking ads. It goes to like a opt-in page, and I think that's it. There's literally nothing else. That's what they're like running for their clients. And I think that the reason it works is just like the fucking absurd amount that they charge for arches, right? That's all it is. There's nothing crazy about it. And so anyways, Esalen obviously doesn't have like all that experience back in the day to know. Even when me and him were talking, I think he thought like content was a huge part of it. I'm like, nah, bro, they're just like doing the content. It's probably like fucking just burning money and just making the client feel special. That's like his way of making the client feel special. And I think Esalen is maybe coming to more of that conclusion now. Um, but he comes from that background. He saw this dude fucking crush it, kill it, and so now he's of a mindset of like, yo, I kind of want to do that. Like, if this motherfucker can build like a $30 million whatever business, like, bro, I can easily build a $1 million. And so that's kind of he's coming in with that mind. He's coming in from that experience. And so for me and you, we obviously have different experience. We've seen a bunch of different niches. We've seen ups and downs and all this stuff. But this is what he has seen. Um, so anyways, I just want to give you a little bit more context. What are your thoughts for Estelon in terms of like this is what he's seeing, this is kind of what he wants to do. Like, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean the biggest thing, I mean, based on my knowledge and what I've seen with the dental niche, is the hardest part of it will be the acquisition process. So just getting the leads and getting a hold of the business owner, that type of stuff is kind of the hardest part. So that's where like 99% of your focus would have to be. Um, Now there's different ways you can do it, but if you're saying like, hey, one person in already state, like one business in every state, you're already limiting yourself in that manner.
So hold on. Mason and me were like telepathic, so I'll let Mason do his thing. But like in
Yeah,
my mind, when you say that, bro,
yeah,
you're coming from a place of uh, you're trying to solve a problem that doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. That's not a problem. So that's kind of like me talking to a girl, bro. Like realistically, it's me talking to a girl. She's like, all guys are players, blah 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 blah. It's like, bro, she can complain about that because she got played this that. But whatever. It's like, yo, are you with me? Yes or no? Are you happy here? Yes or no? I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to get the emotions, whatever, to sell the thing. And
hmm
so when you're talking about the 50 states, here's my question to you. Okay, well, are they stopping paying the guy or no? No. That's like a girl complaining, he's such an asshole. Well, like you're still with him because he provides more value.
yeah,
So you're talking about like, oh, one in every 50 states, but like they're not they might be complaining. They might feel like a number, but are they still playing? Yeah. And so can you make the relationship better? Yeah, you can certainly make the relationship better by doing more coaching, consulting, talking, building more of a community for sure that he probably doesn't care to do. That's how
yeah.
you would mitigate that. But like Mason's saying, like in my mind, when you say 50 clients, to me, I just thought, oh, that's so nice of you, but from a business perspective, it is a terrible idea
Yeah, it
because
doesn't
of,
make
like
sense.
it's gonna crush you. But anyways, I'll let Mason talk about that because it's like getting clients, bro, in that industry. And I'll let Riviera talk, bro. It is the hardest thing in the fucking world, bro. And if you're taking the hardest thing in the world and you're making it even harder. But I'll let
Yeah,
Mason talk.
that's
Yeah.
well, I mean, that's kind of what I was gonna get at as well. It's like, I mean, it's a good idea. Like, I like the reasoning behind it, but it just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, if anything, it's like kind of like, and I mean, this seems more reasonable, but it's like we work with one dental client in every city, or you see what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to go that deep. If anything, like,
It's
yeah, I mean,
it's
I
not
would
the
never.
it's not this is not the thing that's gonna get them to pay you 40 G's.
hmm
They're not gonna pay you
Correct.
50
Yeah,
G's
that's
for
not
being
going to be the deciding
consistent. That's
factor.
not why. That's not why.
The deciding factors is if you can make them money. What would be more interesting to me is like
That's like a girl saying, I like
ran
nice. Like, no, you like dudes with status. I don't
if
care
you
what the fuck you
ran
say.
if you like
Yeah.
ran the ads already just to try them yourself and then just like walk in, like just do this locally, just walk into a dental clinic and be like, hey, oh, there's this dude that I know that's trying to get this thing.
Mason, that's so funny because me and him talk. I said the same shit to him.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. I would go generate the lead. I would walk in and I'd be like, yo, this is John Doe. This is exactly what he was trying to do. I found him through a Facebook ad in the area. I helped Dennis do X, Y, and Z. Would you be interested in getting this lead from me and talking to me more about how I can help you continue to do this? And don't give him the fucking lead until you
Well,
have a
take
meeting
it, take it,
scheduled,
take
and then
take a
give
step,
him.
Mason. Take a step back because I mean I want Esson to talk to you because I know he's talked to me and I've kind of been pretty clear about my opinion, but I want him to hear a second person's opinion, and I want you to really focus on like the big picture because now you're getting to granular. You're talking about something specific, but what the fuck does it matter? Like, remember how we talk about this all the time? It's like, yo, you're talking about onboarding. Like, bro, get the fucking client first. You're talking about onboarding. You're talking about service. Like, bro, just get the fucking client first. See if you can get the client. You're talking about wifing her, like, yo, see if you can actually like get her to go on a date with you. So like the most important thing for Esteban, bro, is I think what the value and what you can share with them is your experience under like client acquisition for dentists and understanding what that really means. Like, what does it really take?
It's either you're gonna have to be a brutal in person, which is gonna be impossible to do if you're trying to travel all to 50 states to get a client, or you need to be willing to spend a boatload of money without seeing a return and kind of sitting on that and being okay with that. That's it. Like you have to be willing to spend a lot because marketing to that specific person is not easy.
Yeah.
Like
Riviera.
it's not easy. Like I mean Daniel, yeah, I was gonna say Daniel as well kind of did that, and his problem never was necessarily like, oh, get him results, get him results. I feel like that was the
Daniel still has a few clients that like he gets results for like years later, dude, and they're still with him. That's
yeah.
not the issue. That's like the fucking easy part. That's the easy part. When you say like, oh, I was thinking about adding content AI and this, that. Bro, that part's been figured out. We do that shit in our
Yeah,
sleep.
you have to be comfortable with spending enough money or spending a lot of time getting the acquisition, and then most of your money, if you're gonna spend money on ads, is the retention.
Riviera, what was your experience trying to run ads to get calls with dentists?
Um, I mean, it wasn't too bad in the beginning, the honeymoon phase. It's just when that crashed, it was hard. But I mean, the biggest thing was just getting past the front desk. A lot of front office people like to jump in the to the lead form. I remember that. I know there's like questions you can ask. But yeah, if you're gonna make a form or anything, let me know. I had a certain caveat, certain phrasing of questions that helped at least, slim it down. But
Well,
I mean, in the end, I felt like I was hitting my head on a wall. But
you remember what your cost per lead was and your cost per book call and your cost per live call was?
I think I still have all that right here. Curious to see what it was. September, October. Trying to see where it looks like I had a couple different tabs. It was very disorganized, but I mean, I'm seeing one cost per live discovery call, 114 bucks. Cost per live discovery call, 321 bucks, 930. I'm maybe these aren't up to date or something, but okay, I have one that seems to have more data. I think this is job title target. Cost per live call, 91 bucks, but I don't know.
What's your, because I remember the other issue we had was you were getting phone calls with people, if you remember, and it wasn't dentists, it was people that wanted dentist service.
Yes,
And
I
so
did
the
notice a lot
91
of
might
that.
be like cost per conversation, but your cost per like, I think your cost per call, like discovery call was like freaking 300 bucks, dude. And your cost per sales call was like 600 bucks or some shit. It was crazy.
Yeah, no, it's up there. I'm seeing some crazy stuff. I mean, yeah, cost per lead was always like 30, 42, 48 bucks towards the end of it. The beginning was a little better. Yeah, I was at the point I was just trying to make theories of why isn't this working, and what I came down to it is, dude, like even the clients I do have are the hardest people to connect with. Like they
That's
work 12-hour days. They're not a business owner that can, like, it's not like a hamburger place where they can hire a burger flipper. They're the only, like, one of the few owners in America where at the highest point of scale, they're still in the business. Their hands are literally in people's mouths. They're literally
like
tied up. So
it's like
I was thinking it was like,
it's like running ads to like a surgeon, bro. Like it's really hard to get in front of those people. It's very expensive. It's really hard. It's honestly, it's much easier to like freaking, as crazy as it sounds, much easier to like freaking plan a road trip. It's probably cheaper to plan a fucking 3 month road trip and travel state to state and just knock doors and offer free shit than it is to run ads. Seriously.
yeah,
Um,
I remember the best, dude. I like was doing stuff in my hometown with donuts, and I dropped donuts off, and sometimes I get a conversation with the dentist there, and I remember trying that for a little bit. I'm like, dude, this is like 20 bucks for donuts versus like 600 in ad spend for the month. That got me one call. Like, so I don't know. I
but
feel like we tried so much. It's
so
one
again,
thing we're missing,
there's
but
there's traffic, there's leads, there's nurturing, there's sales. Sales is a walk in the park if you can offer a free thing, a trial thing. Service delivery, walk in the park. Get them to upsell, walk in the park. All this shit is easy. The shit that you're thinking, like, I'm here, I'm learning the agency game, I'm learning how to get people results, bro. I'm telling you, trust me, this is the easy part for dentists. It's so easy. When it comes to this part, and I'm telling you this from experience of like, I took somebody who's completely beginner, who's never worked with any dentist, and then we built the whole Invisalign phone together within like 30 days. It's so easy. It's so this part, so sales, getting them results, getting the re-signs, so easy. The hard part is getting the traffic, the leads, and the nurturing. That's the hard part. And so either you use paid ads, like Mason said, and again, like I said to you, it's extremely expensive, or two, you do organic route. And that is, as you probably know, it's a commitment. It's like literally like, okay, I'm going to commit 3 months of my life and I'm going on tour. Like that's the mindset. And I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to take donuts. I'm going to have like script, follow up. I'm going to have a hotel to live in or out of my car. That's the reality. That's how you make it work. So dream crushers today. But I'm joking. I'm being facetious. But what are your other questions regarding um Yeah, I mean, I want you to get value. And I want you to hear it from other people instead of just me. But what's another question you can ask to get more clarity? Because my goal is like, if I can, the reason I'm kind of talking this way and the reason I'm kind of having them chime in is because I want you to go at the end of this conversation today and be more clear on what you want to do moving forward in terms of that niche. That's why I'm kind of like going a little bit hard here. But what's another question, bro?
No, I get it, man. And like I told you, I trust you when the things that you was telling me. So when we were talking about it, and it made sense, like the traffic, how difficult it is to actually get in front of them. My thing is that I really think, let's say, is if it's one dentist that could be like, I wouldn't want to acquire, 50 dentists in one, like in one year. So if it's one or two that could be found like somewhere, right? Uh, Trying different methods. I mean, between texting a couple of my friends for referrals, but some that are willing to pay between 5 to 15 a month just because they're the first ones. In that would be to buy time. Buy time and get capital just based off of just the pay from one or maybe two.
But
So that's kind of one of the things that that I'm kind of holding on to is knowing that there's a possibility for referrals
right.
and positioning it the right way, creating the things in advance the right way. Once those referrals see those things, they'll be like, okay, I'm willing to put between 5 to 15, whatever the case might be. And having that, just one or two dentists could buy time to get capital to then like have money for like paid ads.
So Mason, here's kind of what he's saying is when he was working at that place, because he was flying out and meeting all these dentists, bro. He has like a list of a shit ton of dentists, right? And one of the dentists he like is kind of like friends with. So we could pretty much go in there, offer like free Invisalign, and then they get value, and he's like, hey man, you want to work with me instead of this other person and pay like way less. And so I think what Eston says, correct me if I'm mistaken with my words here, but I think what he's thinking is he has this like this list of already, they're not cold people, they're not warm, they're already purchasers, they're already with that agency. And I think that he thinks potentially can work his way down. And if he can just get like two people, dude, like, bro, that's like way better than getting like freaking 10 like painters or something. Um, what are your thoughts on that? I have my own thoughts, but what are your thoughts on that? Like,
I
what are
would
your thoughts on
you
doing
could
that?
try that and then use the people as referrals. That's what I would do.
Like, what are your thoughts in terms of like how would you go about doing that, or like how, would that work, or stuff like that?
Um,
Like, imagine, like realistically, put yourself in his shoes. Like, he's got this list. There are all these dentists that are all paying like 50, 80 G's to this agency. And again, keep in mind they're already paying an agency, right?
Mhm.
So how would you go about like using that list? How would you go about making money from that list?
I'm thinking what I would do.
And I think, like, as he said, he's like, okay, I got this list. If I can just close one or two people, make enough cash, okay, fuck yeah, now I can move on to paid ads.
I'm thinking that, then using the list to create a lookalike audience.
There's not enough people on the list, dude. There's like, how many people are on your list, bro? Islam.
Mm, Maybe around 50, something like that, I would say.
You need like 500 people on a list to create a lookalike audience.
Yeah. But I don't think I would actually. I think the way I would want to frame it and position like a message. I know there's not like a magic or gold message that you can send somebody, but it will be I'm not trying to work with them. I'm trying to work with a referral that they might have. But with that being said, they're gonna look at that information themselves. One because they're already with the company. So I'm not, it wouldn't look good. Not that only wouldn't look good, but I wouldn't want to do that. You know how I am, but I wouldn't want to just undercut that company. But if they see it themselves, I'm like, hey, I'm looking for a referral. You have a referral. This is what I'm offering. Whatever the case might be,
Are
a
you also
message
like
could be
100%
crafted.
positive, like that they're all active clients? Like how positive are we?
Well, they're well, no, actually they have a pretty high churn rate, so I'm not positive, which is the reason I would make the message that way. Like, hey, I'm looking for a referral, but they're looking at the information that I send themselves, because I'm sending it to them. Like sending them a link where, so, let's say, hypothetically, a funnel gets built, um, acquisition funnel for dentists with the right copy, video, whatever the case might be. And I'm like, hey, I'm doing this now. I'm looking for, do you have any referrals? This is, you'll get a bonus or whatever, given some kind of incentive. Since it's going to
I
be
was
high
just
ticket.
saying, if you're
Mhm.
not 100% certain they're still working for the agency, I would say just go for it yourself because you're not necessarily undercutting anybody if they have a high churn rate, right? So, I mean, you could simply just send a text message to get a first response or something along the lines of that, or just call them and say something along the lines of like, "Hey, my name is Esto. I used to work for X business. I know you guys did marketing with them in the past. Are you still with them currently, or do you guys kind of move on from that?" And they'll let you know, and then you could be like, "Oh, well, I kind of broke off that agency myself. I'm still passionate what I'm doing. I actually opened my own dental agency practice, and I'm looking for people to either be referred to or would consider the doing marketing, blah, 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 blah. I've actually built this funnel. It works with helping dentists get Invisalign people in their local area. Is that something that you'd be interested in?"
Okay, so you just basically calling them or messaging them that way.
That's the angle I would take, yeah, because I would just ask them because the thing is like they're already they know who you are because of the agency that you worked for.
Hmm.
Currently working still with that agency, they'll still just reply like yes. So you can kind of know who, not necessarily undercut anything, but you'll know who you can and can't talk to.
Yeah.
And I think that will give you the most responses as well. Because if you just give them an offer to all these people, they'll be like, who the fuck is this guy? You see what I'm saying? So if
Yeah.
you go in with the angle of like, hey, well, like don't be like, oh, I started my own thing. I would never even lead it with that, but I would definitely be like, hey, this is Estelon. Are you still currently working with blah 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 blah?
Okay.
I think that angle would work more than just like offering them something. I don't think a direct offer to these people would work. I think you need an in.
So here's kind of the issue. The issue is the theories. That's the issue. And so I'll get into like what I suggested here in a second. But first, before I do, just to try to illustrate my point, Mason, how many clients are you guys at right now? How
Myself
many, yeah, how many ladies have you closed?
in total or just like current clients?
Like total, just a guesstimate, dude.
I don't know, probably at least 100.
Okay. So are you guys at a place where you guys are still tweaking your processes, like all the way from your setting to discover, setting to your calls to your onboarding, or are you like pretty much like, no, we kind of do the same thing over and over again?
Mm, I would say we do make changes, but they're not like
Yeah.
massive swings.
How many clients did it take you before you were like, hey, I get the game, I understand it, I can kind of do some of my sleep? Like, is it optimized? No. Am I gonna make tweaks to it? Sure. But do I feel pretty good about what we're doing here? Like, I feel like I have the hang of it. Obviously, your very first client, you're just kind of, I got lucky. I'm so happy. Your second one, you're
Yeah,
like, wait,
yeah.
how
Um,
how many did it take you before you got to a place where you're like, all right, man, I think I'm really him.
I don't think it was necessarily how many clients were closed. I think it was more along the lines of like how many calls could get on. But if I had to put it in numbers, like how many are closed, I would say like 10.
So it took
At,
about
at 10
10.
to 15, I was pretty comfortable in being like, yeah, the shit works. Like this is not a flag. How can it be a fluke if I've closed 10 to 15 clients?
When I say what I so here's what I'm specifically talking about. I'm not specifically talking about the sales process. I'm talking about everything, all the way from doing the setting to doing the sales to onboarding them to doing service delivery and giving them great results for like 3 months and being like, okay, 50% show up or don't show up. The whole process from A to Z. How many clients did it take you for you to be like, okay, I feel pretty good about this. Like I think I feel like I'm an actual expert here. many reps did it take?
I mean, I feel like it still can get better to this day, but I would say like
Kind of the
50.
key there. Yep. It's yeah, exactly,
It can
exactly.
always still get better. Always. Are you kidding me? We're still working on shit like all the time. But I would
Exactly.
say like 50 plus, maybe. That's when
Exactly.
you're like very comfortable, in
Yep.
my opinion.
I was, you remember the number I always tell the guys, say like 30. Like get to 30 before you're like, okay, it'll start clicking for you.
Yeah.
And when you even like at the highest level, 50, 100, I can guarantee you Alex Hormozy and those motherfuckers are fucking tweaking up their processes. That's what the goats do. We're always tweaking. I'm still tweaking my fucking onboarding. I'm still thinking, I'm still learning. So here's what I'm trying to get at with Estelon is here's what I was telling him. I was telling him, okay, you want to go do dentists and arches? Those are the biggest, baddest motherfuckers out there. Like that's like the fucking cream of the crop, the craziest niche. Like that's like the 10 out of 10 Instagram baddest babes. Like you're trying to fuck with those people. Like that's like, okay, cool. Let's do that. But I was like, okay, before you go there, here's what I was telling him. I was like, why don't you do something uh like for example, painters. Something relatively simple. That's like we have the guys in here that we're taking from complete zero to getting them good. Do something like that. It's going to cost you, I don't know, 300 bucks to close a deal, 500 bucks to close a deal. Close a deal, onboard them, get them good results. Do that shit for like 5, 10 people. At that point, you're not gonna go up to a girl and like it's like you've picked up like so many women, you've done cold approach for like 3, 4, 5 months. You're not gonna sound silly in front of a dime, right? You're just not going to trip over your words. You're going to be okay. So it's like go close a few people, go onboard them, go get a few results, spend 3, 6 months here, spend 3 months, 6 months here, get a good amount of cash in, right? Go save 10,000 or something like that. Now, once you're in that place, it's like, okay, cool. I know I can get better. I know if I really wanted to make this niche work and be the GOAT, I could be, but I'm happy I got what I got out of it. Okay, now either at that point spend some money on paid ads to do dentists or now go through your list because now you're thinking a lot more like a direct response marketer because a lot of what we're talking about is like we have to have exact messaging for
Experience.
getting spend. We have to have exact messaging to nurture them, onboard them. We have an exact like everything is a process, it's not like guessing. And so once you do the agency game and you do like 10, 15 people, you realize how step by step, how like meticulous you are about your words and every single thing you say. So then you'll have more luck going through your list. And once you have more luck going through your list, then you'll be better at running paid ads to get dentists. So that's kind of what I was trying to like the seed I was trying to plant in his head is like it's not that I don't do dentists, just get prepared to do dentists maybe. Or what would you do different? If it was you, what would you do different? If it was you trying to get Eslan to this place, what would you do step by step?
What is this place?
A place where he's like closing these dentists that do arches and utilizing his list.
Like as fast as humanly possible?
Of course, fast as humanly possible. What I shared is that's what I think is the fastest possible.
It's hard because there's not like there's no shortcuts. You know what I mean? There's no
Exactly.
like I wish there was. Like I look back on what I was doing and I like don't like in the I have to be careful what I say. Looking back on it, I think when I was in the moment I regretted it. But now like looking back toward it, I'm like I'm very glad that I did that, if that
Did
makes
what?
sense.
Did what?
Like I mean I explored a lot. Like I mean, dude, you remember how many
Yeah,
clients I had, how fucking diverse it was. Like I had like everything under the sun that was different.
right.
Um I had people with, like a hair salon and I had like a power washer and I had like a painter and I had like a chiropractor and then I had a gym and then I had like I just had like everything. Um I never had a dentist.
See you, River. Good luck. Keep us posted.
Hey
If you
Daniel.
close that, post in the wins.
Um I mean
His thing is a little bit different than yours. So your thing, Mason, was like you didn't quite know the power of niching down back then, and we didn't know that was kind of like the cheat code to scaling and growing, and we were just exploring a bunch of different things. Versus his mindset is just like he is like I want to do this niche. I want to go on. I want to be the whisperer here. So my question to you is, how would you get him there as fast as possible? What do you think the move is?
Probably what I would do is I would spend a majority of my time like just doing client acquisition and then getting like a client or two first. And then I would utilize the list once you have experience with that. That's what
So,
I would do personally.
so you would spend a majority of your time doing client acquisition as in going right towards dentists?
Yep. If
So
I
you,
if I was so set on dentist, I don't want to do anything else, and there's nothing in my mind other than dentist, then of course that's what I'm going to do.
but then again, you'd have to have like 15 G's to spend, right? You'd have to have like 10 G's to
Not
spend on. How
necessarily.
many?
I mean, that's if you're spending money on ads.
So you would, so you're saying going to client acquisitions and like organic?
I would go straight to the fucking dental clinic.
Yeah, gotcha.
That's exactly what I would do.
Makes sense.
I would go to as many as I could every fucking day. Like straight
Yeah,
up. Like I mean, it's up to you what you want to do, but it's either that or spending thousands of dollars. Like it's up to you. And if your systems aren't tight and you don't know what onboarding looks like or the sales process looks like or anything looks like, then like you're
yeah.
gonna spend a lot of money just trying to figure out how to get to the first step. So, I mean, whether that's getting results for the list for, offering free work and then just doing the free work and then asking for a referral, right? That could be an idea. But 99% of my time would just be client acquisition. I would not do anything else. I mean, that's just the brutal truth. Like that's all I would do.
Eslam, what's going through your head or like what follow-up questions do you have to build on top of that, bro?
No questions, man. I do really like the plan of action of getting work under my belt. Um, like let's say painters, for example, getting more than anything because for me, the one thing that I need more conviction in is knowing that I could find that I could get those results.
Yeah, exactly.
I know the background of the dentist. I could talk their lingo, about the making the copies and stuff like that. I think I can do that. And I think that, obviously having 5, 10 Gs, finding those dentists with ads would be possible. But that would not be the first thing I will try. I will first exhaust the going to the dentist, which I really like that idea that both you guys gave me. Especially here in Ohio, I saw that like I've been looking around different implant centers and they're popping up here in Ohio too. Where they specialize in dental implants. And I've already shot film, had like 2 days with these dentists, go out to dinner with these dentists, with 3 dentists in Ohio, and I'm shooting another one this week.
Oh
Um,
wow. So
they
these are
just called me, yeah, they just called me for PD, the company that I work for.
so they
So it's
landed
gonna be,
well, they landed basically clients in Ohio and they're taking get asking you to take care of it.
yeah,
Is that tied with the agency?
That's what it is. So the agency is called PD, and so he was full time with them, and now he still works with them remote. So basically, it sounds like PD closed somebody in Ohio, and so
Got it.
now he's shooting and doing dinner and everything with them.
Got it. Okay. That makes more sense.
but besides that, there's some in Columbus that they're not affiliated in any way with PD that I would want to try those first. Um, but yeah, the first thing would be getting that conviction of getting results. I think that's very important for me because, I don't want to bullshit. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this when I don't know that I can until that I know that I can. Um, I would say that's the number one thing. And then followed by like trying to like just give it all to one thing. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I think for me, that's much more, I'm 1,000% okay with things not working and shifting after than not trying at all.
Yeah, definitely try, bro. I'm all for trying. I'm all for trying. It's just the order of operation. Most people hurt themselves because they do things out of the wrong order. That's it. That's the most important thing. It's like they don't. There's an order to everything. There's an order to everything, and so I'm all for trying. I'm all for going for it. And organic and stuff, if that's the route, maybe that's the cheat code. I'm willing to bet the guy from PD, I'm willing to bet he's got like some fucking crazy ass cheat codes for getting his clients, bro. It's not like all paid ads. It's probably like a certain percentage that he gets from paid ads for sure. Um, but I the thing that again, you just have to experience this. Right now, you can either, kind of like trust us, but like it's not right now you think it's the client acquisition or you think it's the service delivery. But if we talk to Jorge here, if we talk to Mason here, if we talk to Aiden here, you're gonna see that everybody's the same. Everybody just like, dude, we just launched this shit and it just works. Some people it works, some people it doesn't work. And there's not really much more to it. Like for you, for example, I launched the 6 figure 6 week and it sometimes works, sometimes doesn't work. It doesn't work. I have to fucking tinkle some shit up and boom, it's good. And right now you think that that's so important. You will eventually realize right now, but eventually you realize that's not it. It's all these other skills. There's so many other skills. It's the proper onboarding. It's like it's not the thumb. It's like the fucking small micro muscle that connects the thumb to this. And if you fucking miss that thing, everything breaks. And there's so many of these small little lessons that you will learn when you get those 10 clients. There's so many. And those are absolutely necessary before you get the dentist. Hormozy says all the time. He says most people suck because they don't do the basics well enough. Just do the fucking basics really fucking good. That's what most people don't. They skip past, they try to fucking go with it. No, just get really fucking good at the basic. Get really good sleep, get really good food, get really good. And then you can do some more advanced shit. Um, and so that's just, that's what I'm about. I'm trying to get you to do the really basics. So anyways, I'm rambling.
Yeah.
But I think we're on the same page, bro. It's like so it's this next so it's like the 6 figure 6 week was like early for you. It's like that's like the stage one of like practicing. Now that it's like that scrimmage game, this next thing for you, let's still view it as practice, but now we're gonna get paid to learn. Now you're gonna get paid to learn. And then after we're done with that, then we can start going through the list and going organic and get some cash flow. And then from there, we can get into like paid ads. So pretty much whatever we've talked about.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just view. So in other words, bro, like for this next stage, you don't need to overthink it, bro. Like you just pick one. That's it. Just pick one. Just pick one, and then let's get to work. Because the goal is to just teach you shit. The goal is just for you to learn. And the best thing about this is you're gonna get paid to learn. That's it. You know? And then from there, we'll take it from there.
Sounds good, man.
Um, but other questions that you have, bro? Other thoughts or anything that you have that maybe you want to get Mason's or maybe Aiden's thoughts on?
No, man. I'm appreciative of the time you guys gave me, so I'm good with that.
Okay. Okay. Let me transition over to Aiden. I want to hear a little bit about what he's done and what's going on with him. And I think that'll be valuable for you. And I
Yeah.
think we're just bounced. But Aiden, man of the fucking hour, out here closing deals, swinging deals left. And what the fuck's going on? No, posting the wins channel. What the hell, bro? What's going on?
Dude,
How are you gonna come out the gate swinging like, yeah, bro, I'm just sitting on all this cash, but tell me about it. What?
dude, it has been so insane. It like nonstop. Like this last week, I've lost more hours of sleep doing good productive work because I've been on so many calls than like ever before. But yeah, dude, it's good stuff that's happening.
Talk. So let's go. Let's get into the juicy details. What do you mean by that? Like, what? Just give me more information. Like, I'll leave it open to you. Like, what do you? I just want to know. Like, how many conversations are you having? How many deals are you closing? Are these free to fees? What are you doing that's the same? What's different? Just
Yeah, so I am doing a couple free to fees, and they're covering the ad spend. So as long as they're covering the ad spend, I'm cool with that, obviously. Like we talked about. But so something I've been wanting to try for a while because I feel like the main constraint or one of the constraints for me was not like, well, after figuring out some, obviously the sales, that was the biggest constraint. And then the next thing was lead volume. And so what I did is I had been wanting to test this for a while, but I swapped out the calendar on the booking page to a survey, added some qualifying questions. The conversion rate, I I feel like obviously the conversion rate doubled because it's less intense than like booking a calendar page, but I was still able to get in touch with almost all of those leads.
oh yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Okay.
and then about 33% of those, 30 to 40% of those leads that did the survey ended up booking a call anyways. But
So hold
then,
on. So ad goes to opt-in. Do you actually? We can have a look if you have
oh,
a
yeah,
link.
let's do it. Hang on. Let's see. Let me just say I have
Or
Indeed.
I'll let you share your screen actually.
Yeah, yeah. And
That's
it's the same exact ad as before.
okay. So
Uh,
ad, we're just throwing it into an opt-in page as opposed to the calendar page.
yeah, it's not even yeah, yeah.
We'll have a look whenever you pull it up.
Okay. All right, you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Also, you know how I was doing that thing where I would take the winning ad and I would duplicate it 2 or 3 times. So there's like
Yeah.
3 or 4 versions of the ad.
Yeah.
I've been doing the same thing with ad sets, and it's been working really well as
So
well.
so you have how many ads will you have in an ad set though?
Uh, let's see. That's a good question. I haven't narrowed that down specifically, but
So
I'll
like
just I'll just
like
take like whatever is winning. Usually there's like 2 or 3 of those. I don't usually do more than 3 because I'll make three copies of each. So there's or sorry, 3 versions each. So I guess I'll show this
yeah,
here.
just showing might help. Because
So
I
like
yeah, go ahead.
I did these 3 and then I did a CBO. This is like nerd stuff. This is like what I get. This
Okay, wait.
is like
So these are three ad sets that are identical
mhm.
within a CBO campaign, and you have a book application. So you have $30 and then $18. And within each of the ad sets, is it the same creatives or is it like three different creatives? Like is it three different ads or is it the same ad?
It's all the same ads.
What the hell? So so you have three ad sets and each ad set is the same ads three times.
That's what's fucking bullshit about Andromeda, bro, is all of these are
What?
exactly the fucking same. All of them are exactly the same.
Can you click on to one of the ad sets?
Yeah. Uh,
What the hell?
so I think I did okay, yeah. So it was basically just there's two come on. Come on. There we go. So there's like this pattern one, this like 90s zigzag pattern, and then I think there's the space one. Maybe not. I think I just did 4 different versions of this one winning ad. But then when it found the winner, it was
So
like,
so the creative and copy is the same?
yep, everything's exactly the same.
What the hell? That's so
Uh,
dumb.
yeah, this is retarded. But and then what this application submitted is, I didn't set up the lead event properly. But this is the survey that they're submitting where they're answering a few qualifying questions. Um, but yeah, these are all.
Okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, show me the page you're driving that traffic to.
Mhm, mhm. Did I pass it? Okay. So same exact like literally everything is exactly the same except for oh, what the was that on mobile? Hmm.
Maybe maybe some of the ads are there if you maybe you have different links to different ads or something.
Maybe. That I dang, that's embarrassing if that's the case, but that would make sense why these ones were cheaper. Okay, let's see. That shouldn't have been that way, but okay, here we go.
Interesting. So basically you have three ad sets with the same ads, but they're all now we know they're going different places. Okay. So
Yeah.
wait, year five. No, it's cool. It's interesting. I think here what's cool about this is now we can dive deeper and we can see what's working better. Is the calendar page working better? Is this working better? Which I'm guessing this is working better. So what areas? Okay, so we'll get you. So you got the offer, and then what area? Okay.
Eh,
So what event do you have on this page? Just page view?
yeah.
Okay.
And then when they submit this, that triggers the submit application. Uh,
Can you run through it really quick as you
yeah, yeah.
were? I'm just curious.
How many additional jobs can you handle each month? And this is like a good tell because it's like if somebody answers this, it's like they were probably not going to be a good fit anyways. But any one of these, um, and then what's your annual? I need to change this. I've only had one out of probably like I want to say like 20 leads or so that was 1 to 5 million. All the rest of them have been between 0 and 1. And then when
Yeah.
I go to ask them about the revenue, it's anywhere from like, dude, it's crazy. Their monthly revenue is anywhere from like 3 to like 20,000 a month. So I think I need to break this
Into like 500,000, 250,000, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
exactly. Um, and then this is also something that's kind of a really interesting tell. Our system is a good fit and can consistently generate new projects. How ready are you to take more estimates? And if it works, I want estimates yesterday. And most people, I'll say most people say this, and when I talk to them, you can kind of feel the urgency. And this is what really helps me to go from like that structure of sales call that we practiced before, where it's like, hey, maybe you ask a few qualifying questions and you're like, well, dude, let me just show you this.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah. Hey, I saw that you said you're looking for clients like yesterday. So if you have a quick 2 minutes, I'll just like show you how this stuff works, dude.
What was that?
So like the conversation, I don't know how you're having it, but like if somebody were to say that to me, I would plant a seed like, yeah, so da 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 da, ask questions. So yeah, man, like if you have a like I saw on your application you said
Oh,
that it works yesterday. So if you have quick 5 minutes, I'll just like show you how this stuff works.
100%, 100%.
I like feed it back to them. So
And then it gets their contact info and things like that. So I'm trying to think. Business. Oh yeah, business name, email, yeah, phone. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But this,
and then
this,
what happened? What's on the next page though?
it's the same. It's the same mechanism video, and
So
then I'm getting more. Huh?
so no calendar page.
Oh, sorry. No, you're right. It goes from this to the calendar page.
And then from the calendar
At least it's
page.
supposed to. Let me. I guess we're about to find out. It's supposed to go to the calendar page. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
We're checking if we have an open here. So you tweaked up a little bit of copy here, it looks like. Don't back out, refresh, da da da. So there's a few small little tweaks you've made, it looks like. Can you scroll down a little bit?
And
Maybe
then
just a little bit of this page, yeah. Okay. This app
it
keep scrolling down for me. Keep going, keep going.
I did get a couple of testimonial videos, a couple more testimonial videos.
Yeah. Okay. Then after they schedule, then I'm curious what the next page looks like.
Then it's the mechanism video.
Did you change anything on that page or do you keep it the same?
I kept it the same.
Okay, so right here, the event, if you go over to the pixel helper, it should be submit application, right? Yep.
Yeah, I should have switched this to lead, but
So right now you're optimizing your, I mean, I don't know if you should be changing it. I mean, it depends what your numbers are, right? But you're at your ad set level, you're optimizing for lead. I'm guessing, right?
mhm.
And so what you're saying is, do you think it would be wiser to optimize? Do you think it'd be wiser to, I want to hear your thoughts. I'm genuinely curious. Is like, do you think it'd be wiser to change this to lead or change your ad set to some application and why?
Yeah, good question. Based on what I've seen for my B2C clients, from my contractors, I think it would make more sense actually to change this event to lead. Because so with the cost quiz, it will always, that I've done for my contractors, it will always do the submit application as well. Because it's a survey and go high level, it's kind of like the default pixel event that fires.
Yeah.
And whenever I've optimized the ad set for the submit application event, it doesn't really do anything. Um, and even if it does, the leads are not noticeably better.
Right.
So
It's just way more expensive from what I've seen. So if you optimize for lead, it's just so many more people are leads. They've triggered that event within the last 30 days. So it makes sense. Yeah.
yeah,
Makes
so
sense.
I could probably get this cost down if I fixed that.
So let's see here. So let's just like see what your are your best number, which ad set your best numbers are coming from, and then we can see if
It's
if
definitely this one would
it's
be,
definitely this ad set.
yeah. So like, let's see, there's this one, and then this is the other one that was left on that I guess was the calendar. Damn, that's a bummer, but
So you got okay, so we have well, okay, well no, now we see something, right? Well, why does that say $180 cost per lead?
because the lead, well, actually, I'm not entirely sure why. That's a good,
Because it would go to the same page and it would have the event. So that one's gonna go to calendar page, gonna go to the next page, and that page should have.
there's got to be something. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So it is going to this one. What the heck? So it is going to the survey page.
So
And the reason why it wouldn't have is just like we said, that lead event isn't set up.
so wait, are all three ad sets going to the same page now, or is
Y-
one of them going to calendar?
This one, well, I mean, you saw what I did as well. Maybe it was one of these ones or something that went to the calendar page because I thought that that one was going to the calendar page as well. I don't know what happened, but now when I'm clicking the link that was in the ad, now it's going to the survey page. Yeah.
Maybe one out of the multiple ads, the link is to the calendar page.
The hell? Um,
So try it. Yeah, let's just like work our way second, third, fourth, and just check real quick. So that one's good. Let's go to the third.
okay. I mean,
Okay. Huh, I don't know.
yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe it might have been this one. Maybe I clicked on this one. Crap, I don't know. This one I know went to the calendar booking page. This is
Yeah.
an older one. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I accidentally clicked on that one somehow, but
Okay. So anyways, thank you for running through that. I'm glad we ran through that real quick. So okay, in terms of ad stuff, we could probably bring the cost down a little bit by switching from submit application to lead. What else is going on? So how many conversations did you have? Is your Excel up to date or no?
no, sorry, dude. We literally just got home from the airport like a few minutes ago.
Oh, it's all good. Because what I'm curious about is like how many conversations you had, how many deals you closed. Because I'm wondering what the
Yeah.
conversation looks like.
So from last Friday when I closed that $500
Uh-huh.
to I guess it would be yesterday, that was $1,750.
Right.
Technically, it was 2 grand because the painter agreed to 500, and I just broke it up into two payments just to get him in the door.
Yeah.
Um, I would have to, I'd have to go through it. I'd probably say 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, I don't know. Maybe it just felt a lot busier than it was, or 5. It looks like I only had 5 discovery calls, but then I closed one of them. Oh, when was Eugene's? Eugene, I collected cash on. Dang, dude. I think Eugene might have been one that wasn't in the he didn't book on the calendar, so he and I were just texting and then I called and dang, dude. Yeah, sorry. I'm so disorganized right now. I'm caught with my pants down, but
It's all good.
dang.
What I'm trying to do is the reason I'm asking is I'm just wondering, here's the reason I'm asking is I'm wondering how many calls have you had? How many did you close? Because I'm wondering, have we made progress in terms of sales? Because if we have, then my next question was going to be, okay, well, what are you doing different now? Or are you doing the same thing? That's what the natural progression of the questions was going to be.
Yeah, yeah. Um yeah, so I would say in the last like since last Friday, I definitely yeah, I would have had I would say minimum 6 discovery calls.
Okay.
and two of those I converted into cash collected, 1,500 altogether.
Okay.
And then it was Walter and I guess Michael. Walter, I committed to a free to fee. There's one I committed to a free to fee. Santos, I committed to a free to fee. And then I've got another contractor. I'm gonna see how this one goes. We'll see if we can make it work. But I've got a guy in Alaska. And I don't know that we're gonna be able to do much for him, but we're gonna figure it out. And I think he will probably. I'm just gonna do a free to fee for him because he's got a
Okay.
very small audience. But
So you
um,
basically had 6 people. Out of those 6 people, you closed two out of the six, which is a 30% close rate. So that's like within KPI. That's fantastic. And then the other people that you pretty much didn't close, you just did a free to fee. So it's kind of sort of a soft close in a way. So that's fucking like, dude, we're like 8 for fucking 10-ish. Like that's kind of like
we're
what numbers are looking like. So
yeah.
when you say free to feed, define that for me. Like they're cover, like how much are they covering ad spend, or like what does that look like? The people that so actually the people that you close, what deal did you close with them? And then the people that you are doing free to feed with, walk me through what deal you're closing with them.
Yeah. So uh, I I really should make it more standard, but it kind of just depends on who I'm talking to. Like there was one client where after talking to him, he's got like multiple businesses in multiple states. And so I knew that doing $1,000 down with like, so for him, I did $1,000 down. The first 7 days is refundable. Uh, and I knew that uh, yeah, like I knew he would be fine with that because he's just big enough. Um, the other
So that's the
guy,
first close.
yeah, that's
Okay.
that. Yeah. Painter guy. He was kind of like it just kind of was me kind of reading each of them. The painter was a little bit more hesitant, but what I did with him is because he's local, I've run ads for another local painting company before, and I was literally like, "Yo, I've got like 70 leads that we can hit up with a text campaign. Uh, if we can get 200, like half of that $500 deposit, I'll do a text campaign. And we've got two leads that have responded so far out of that are interested and ready to go. And anyways, so, and then once we're getting ads going or ready to get ads going, going to do the other 250. Um, and then it's, for all of these guys, it's basically like a week or two. It's like a 1 week to 2 week trial. I have to go back to the recorded call. I think I wrote this all down somewhere, but I think the $1,000 down guy was a 30-day trial. See, I need to just standardize this stuff, man. But
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
also like just kind of how the vibe is with each of them. Some of them are more nervous and skittish. Some of them are like more confident. They just literally it's just a cash flow thing. And so
No, it's
uh,
okay. Until this day, I'm tweaking up offers based off who I have conversation with. So I think it's okay. I think the fact that you're I think what I want to get the heart of is like what's getting the yeses versus you weren't getting as many yeses before. I want to know what that is. I'm guessing that's part of the sales process or it's the energy you're giving, and that's probably the more important thing as opposed to like whatever offer you're making to get people in through the door. Yeah, we'll standardize things. Yeah, we'll probably have some core offers and stuff like that. But it's not as long as we're getting yeses right now. So when it came to the free to fee guys, like what are you offering them? Like you're saying, hey, look, you cover ad spend for a week, I'll get you results, and then after that, it's this amount. Is that what the deal is?
yep, exactly.
Okay. And so how much are you getting them to spend for that first week?
Still like $30 to $50 a day.
And are you getting them to pay you, or are you just like, hey, look, I'm gonna get access to your ad account, I'm gonna run it from there?
Get access to their ad account.
Good, good. And that's fucking walk in the park, right? It's like nothing. They're exactly okay, good. Music to my ears, bro. Good shit.
Mhm.
Um, so what are you doing different now than before, or is this the same thing? So when you close that $500 deal the other week, are you doing the same thing? One call, like what are you doing? What's different? What's different now that you're doing, or are you doing the same thing?
So there's a few things. The main one is the one call close, where it's like I'll ask them a few questions,
Yeah.
then I'll be like, "Hey man, I've got this system. We get X amount of like for our and I phrase it like this. I say for our trial clients, we usually get X amount of leads, which usually amounts to X amount of estimates every week, and you're able to go, nobody's ever going 2 weeks without getting a close kind of thing. Um, and then what I'm saying is don't just take my word for it. Seeing is believing. Here, do you have a second? Let's hop on a call. And if they don't have time for a Zoom thing, which most of them do, I'll either like I literally did this. I sent them pictures of the ad account that I was running. Like I'm on the phone with them, taking pictures of my phone, like of my computer screen, and I'm like, look at this. This is a guy that we started to run ads for this week. So that's another key kind of thing. So the first of all is just showing them something because seeing is believing. Um, and the other thing was, I was actually very fortunate for that first guy who did a $500 deposit last week because we came out of the gate swinging for him. In the since last Monday afternoon, it's been a full week. We've gotten him 12 or 13 leads coming
Oh,
full circle. And of those 12 or 13, four of them have texted back anxiously being like, "Hey, yes, like we're confirming that we are who we say we are, and we want what you're selling," kind of thing.
oh, cool.
And it's actually really painful because he is very slow to respond. Like he doesn't get back to me, and he's just an older guy. But I actually used that guy's case study
Yeah.
to sell this stuff. So I'm like, hey, this is a guy we started running last week. Check
Yeah.
out these results. And by the way, let's go into these leads. Yeah, here's four of these that are responding and that they're saying yes, they want what he's selling.
Really
Um,
quick, I forgot to ask before we continue. I want to hear the rest of this, but when are you hitting these people up when they book a call or when they fill out the survey?
so if they book a call, I will let the text automations do their thing, and then I'll just call them.
At the
Uh,
scheduled time?
mhm.
Oh,
I definitely need to not. I need to get out of that habit because there are a decent amount of no shows.
yeah.
Um, but then there's Yeah, what I'll do a lot of time, what I did this last week, what I had to do this last week is because I was so busy. I would just be like putting the kid to bed or something, and then as I was at my in-laws' house, and so I'd have to like lay in the room with my kid while she's going to sleep. So I would just text these leads, and I just start texting like a texting conversation with them at like 10 o'clock at night, and for them it's like midnight, but they still
Yeah.
respond, and I'm still. I think I basically just closed the guy in Alaska, just texting him, not even calling him. But
What?
yeah,
Okay.
then I would basically either like set up a call, or I would just after I've texted them enough, I just give them a call.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is people go to the survey and then some people book a call, some people don't book a call. Most people do book a call. And usually you're waiting for that call, but some people are no shows and the what you're trying to get in the habit of, or not necessarily what you're getting, what you make time for is just texting them when you can, and then trying to push that to like a phone call instead of as soon as they fill it out, having somebody ring and just be on it. Instead of doing that, that's kind of what you're doing. I get it. I mean, dude, it's working. Definitely we can tidy it up for sure.
I think if I did call him though, like pretty straight away, I feel like it would be
I think
a
so
lot
too.
better.
I think so too. I think so too. But hey, man, I think we're getting you closer and closer to a place where you can. I mean, I'm really happy. I feel like we're getting closer and closer to a place where we can shut all that other stuff down so that we can get you a position where you can really focus on making these calls as soon as possible, just going all in on this and canceling everything else, dude. I feel good. I feel like we're getting that direction.
I'm feeling that way as well, and yeah, I'm excited because I don't know that everybody from these trials are gonna stay, but I know that at least one or two of them are like of the three
The numbers.
additional clients that I brought it, like
It's a numbers game. As long as
exactly.
it's the same thing, that's what Drew said, and that's what Cam is saying. It's just we just got to get them in, and then the ones that are good stay. The ones that don't, it is what it is, and it's just a numbers thing. And the ones that stay with us far exceed the ones that don't. And because your cost per close is so cheap, it's fine. It's worth it. Um, so anyway, so you hop on and is there anything in particular you need to like you are doing different or that you feel like you would want like you want to let us know? Like it sounds to me like you're just kind of going through the whole process and just showing everything and then going over price, or is there like anything different or
Um, I really found that banking on the most recent case study, like here's a guy that we launched last week,
I see.
that really has helped a lot. And being able to show them, look, this guy is just in a random Florida
Yeah.
area and stuff.
Do you think what do you think is like making the biggest like impact for you right now? Is it the one call close, your energy? Is it the offer you're making? Like what's resulting in like the big shift?
I'd say it's the definitely the energy. Yeah, the energy and the conviction and just because yeah, being able to show them all that stuff brings the energy.
Yeah.
I can send you some of the calls. I would say probably that the energy and the conviction.
I'm
Because the offer is just kind of tailored to whatever I feel like they'll settle with.
yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely be skimming through some of your calls. And I don't, should I be referencing like some of that sales training stuff? Or are you using that? Or are you not using that? Or kind of just going off the dome? Or,
I'm not like sticking to it exactly, but it's got some good stuff in there. This framework that I've got or that I was given.
yeah.
Um, yeah, not
Okay.
not exactly, but it's helping.
Okay. Okay.
So
So what now? What now in terms of like, where's your head at? Or what do you want to focus on next?
now I need to get rid of my other clients
Yeah. Yeah.
and I need to help Tenny level up in ads.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. Having him, yeah, anyways, so that's kind of where my head is at. Or so like I wish I had more help setting up ads and funnels and stuff like that. So that I could take sales calls without having to also chip in on ads and funnels and things like that.
I mean, what's stopping you from doing it? Is it that his time is given to creating content for your other clients mostly, or
Um, yes and no. Part of it is, yeah, he's creating content for, well, actually, what he's doing there a lot of times that I'm having him do now is like just focus on creating videos for ads. So like not like content creation for the sake of content creation. It's like content creation for the sake of creatives and ads and testing and things like that. Um, the other thing is just like, I don't know, maybe I just need to document every single thing that I'm doing, but he'll when he does tests and he tries to optimize ads, he has his own way of doing it that is different from my own. And what I've started seeing, like T Teddy's had really good moments, but lately it's been more of like his ad buying skills. Oh, hang on, give me just 1 second. Sorry, hang on.
sure. That's not any big takeaways, bro?
I'm listening to him now, and it's a big difference. So I'm happy to see him like that. Happy to see you like that, bro.
Yeah, I heard that. Thanks, man. Sorry, my baby girl was going out somewhere with my parents and she was yelling up bye to me. Um, what was I saying? What was I saying?
You were talking about Tenny and his ad.
Oh,
You
yeah, yeah. Yeah, lately
on and
just
off.
like as he's been managing the ads just haven't been doing well. Like I'll just say it like that. And so, and every single time I go in, the ads start doing like that. We start getting leads again. And so it's
Did you
and
create some kind of like a Google Doc or SOP thing for him?
yeah, I mean it'll probably have to be that because I keep trying to tell him and prompt him and nudge him to be like, hey, we don't want to do that. We want to do this other thing. Like, let's do this type of thing. And I don't know. Yeah, it'll probably have to be that in a Google Doc. I've tried to do that for most of those things. I'll probably just have to get nitty gritty with those.
Yeah, yeah. It's either that. I mean, it's probably not the best move, but like, just getting a media buyer it's super cheap from like the Philippines, right? Like that's not
That's
like
going to be my next move is um
I think I shared that group with you. Add media buyers on Facebook or something like that back in the day. Get
Oh,
media buyers.
I might need that again, but I think that'll be my next move is like just getting a dedicated media buyer who's been doing it, longer than Tenny, maybe as long or maybe longer than me. I don't know.
I you got to get on. I mean, dude, I like what I'm hearing. What to me is like frustrating in a good way, not like I'm mad, but like what's frustrating for me is like I'm so happy to see you because we finally cracked this, right? It's just been so
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's been so long, so I'm just like happy. But what's frustrating for me is like I just want to see you do more. I don't want to hear, oh man, I have to put the kid away and I have to do this and it's like no man, like we need to go all in on this. We need to spend more money and we need to be fucking scaling this and need to be closing more deals. Like we got something. We need to make time for that. That's the most high value task you could be doing right now.
Oh, 100%.
I feel like we're finally there. We're finally there. Now you just need to I just wish we had more time for you.
100%, dude. No, I was thinking the exact same thing. And I could have closed more if it wasn't for the holiday weekend. So, and then anyways, my in-laws booked the flights. We didn't book the flights. Anyways, of course we fly to Arizona on Wednesday in the morning, and then we fly back Monday in the middle of the day. And it just like, and then the holiday, I was pretty proud of myself. I don't normally work that hard when I'm down there. It's like vacation, but like I literally locked myself in the room and popped some Vyvanse, some freaking Adderall and stuff, man, and it was awesome. But even then, it was not as productive as it would have been if I had just been at my desk in my office. This next week, man, I think it's
Yeah.
just I'm gonna turn the ads back on and everything. I don't know.
What
I
what
could have gotten more if it wasn't for the holiday.
What's the process of you getting your time back? How are you, is it firing the clients or like what's the move to get your time back?
Yeah, good question. I feel like that either revolves around.
Because we're here, man. We're finally at that stage where we talk about you and your business partner, and now you got this thing going for yourself, and it's like you don't need the guy, man. You don't need him, and I kept telling you, you don't need him. You don't need him. And you're gonna one day, you're gonna be in a good place here. You're gonna be, he's gonna feel like an anchor for you. Um, so I don't know what in terms of like lead.
Well,
I
and
do
no,
it.
100%. And I did it without his fucking closers, man. So fuck those closers, dude.
There you
Like those are sweet. They're sweethearts. They're good. They're awesome ladies. I love them to death. But fuck them, man. I don't need that now. Anyways, yeah. Uh, getting my time back. I feel like that. I don't know.
You gotta do an inventory, man. I don't know if this is for me when I do inventories. I mean, I literally document every hour of my day. Like this call that we're having right now, I've told you guys many times. I'm gonna document it. I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna figure out where my time goes, and then I'm very ruthless about getting rid of things that don't serve me. I think it's again you looking at your business partner, figuring out how many clients you guys have, how much revenue you're making, what is your dollar per hour there, and then just realizing what is the thing that's not the best use of your time and cutting that. And you might make a little bit less money but who cares if you make a little bit less money for a month or two? Like it's fine, dude. Like you got something. One close, I'd be like, okay, but like when you have like multiple closes, it's not a fluke. That's
Right,
I think
exactly.
showing up. No, you're good, bro. You're good. But yeah, I mean, it's not a fluke, bro. Like you're here, you've done it so many enough times where we know like we're onto something. And so I'm rambling. I mean, it's probably another conversation, a long conversation. I have to sit down with you and help you really audit your time. But I guess that's just the advice I can give you, is like start auditing your time and like figure out how to cut stuff. And you gotta be ruthless with cutting it. I know this is the part that's a little bit challenging because it's like you make a little bit less money, but it's like if you don't do that, this doesn't grow.
Yeah. No, I agree. Well, and I'm like, if I don't, and that's kind of, no, I appreciate you saying that because my mind goes to if I'm not cutting clients that are taking time so that I can focus on this stuff and the stuff that is copy and paste, then what I need to do is I need to help Tenny really dig deep and really help me out because I feel like there's a lot of quality control issues there that I feel like I can't. give the wheel. I can't give the wheel over to him and a lot of those things fully. And so it's either like, but if it's that copy and paste stuff, that doesn't matter as much, you know?
Exactly, exactly. If it's copy and paste, I think it's gonna be easier for your teacher. Like, so I'm glad you brought that up. If you try to create some kind of an SOP for him to service your existing clientele base, it's gonna be like you pulling your hair out because it's not copy and paste. And it's gonna be more challenging for him, and then you're gonna have to step in there. You're gonna have to because it's more advanced because you have so many people. If you're gonna keep scaling in this way and you keep doing the same ads, it's gonna be way easier for you to teach Tenny and you're gonna be way better. But ultimately, what that means in both cases, dude, is like you gotta kind of cut those old clients because those clients are the cancer. It's not necessarily Tenny. It's like you're trying to take Tenny and get him to play with like the NFL GOATs. Like you're putting him in a really hard game. He's just not ready for that yet. Versus, you do these clients, he's gonna be much easier, much better, and much easier. But you got to figure that out. You got to do that thing. And then because the next step that me and you are gonna work on, man, is I'm gonna work with you on your onboardings. I'm gonna work with you in terms of the course material and the systems and stuff. That's my next step to be working on with you.
Yeah, so I've actually that was another thing that I feel like helped. It helped with clients even that were not coming in with the funnel, just clients in general, but like especially like I had a couple clients where it's like I feel like the onboarding helped it to feel a lot more real and like the onboarding was a lot more not like I wouldn't say more critical, I guess, in their cases, but it was just as critical as the sales calls. And so I copied those basically, yeah, adapted my own version of like the Aman and Cam's tech access calls and then their onboarding calls. Um, Aman shared his med spa onboarding with me, and I'm kind of just adapting one for contractors and things like that. Also for the med spa clients that we have, they're like super happy. We just barely we launched their ads a week late, and they're still super stoked because of how well the onboarding went. Like yeah. Anyways, just by the onboarding itself, these guys were like,
Yeah, super crucial, man. Super
yeah,
crucial.
yeah. So yeah, I'm already a couple steps ahead of
But
you there, but I would love to
I'll probably just
do
review it.
better.
I'll just review it, just kind of give you a little bit of feedback. That's usually what I do.
Mhm.
Um,
And I've got calls for those recorded too, by the way. Yeah, I love your feedback. The first few ones that's just it. It's just something that I've implemented in the last 2, maybe 3 weeks. So I feel like I'm still dialing it in a little bit. So I'd love to get your feedback.
yeah, when you have one that you want me to have a good look at, drop it in the discovery call hashtag, and I'll have a look at that.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, as far as like what's next, man, I think, yeah, there are already some clients where, like, for example, I've got a contractor, local contractor, and they came to us because we've done really well with all of our other clients. And they their program, they have a specific program where basically like they can pay to finish somebody's basement if they do ABC and they don't own the basement for 10 years kind of thing. It's a crazy program. It's actually really hard to advertise and market. And so they just I got a notification on the way here that they canceled their recurring payment. It kind of sucked to see that, but also is like they were one of those like time sucker clients where they took up a lot of time. It was like they were a contractor, sure, but it was not the copy and paste. It wasn't the cost quiz that,
Right.
and so it's like, anyways, I'll offer him some stuff for free, for like 30 days or something. If we can turn it around, great. But if not, like I'm not gonna be super upset about that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool, man. Yeah, I just want to kind of get filled in on everything. And you know, again, you got to do what you got to do to get your time because I know what I want to work on with you is like, okay, so this is some of the stuff that we talked about is like, you're going to close some people, but then what happens during week 2 and upselling, right? We have to practice that. We have to practice that messaging. And then we have to, again, I want to try out a funnel to get people to do pay in fulls. Like those are the kinds of things we need to work on. So you just got to make the time for that.
Yeah,
Um,
100%.
Yeah, dude. Anything else, bro, that you want to go over, or anything else you want to mention that you think is important?
No, I think just next up is just gonna be um I feel like just doing as many calls as possible. Just trying to close as much as I can. I feel like that's gonna be my number one focus this week.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, keep me updated. Let's have a look at your numbers. Try and get the numbers updated next week, so we can have a look. But I'm not worried. I feel good finally about that
Yeah.
stuff. So
Yeah.
good job, dude. Good job. Proud of you. Proud of
Thanks.
you. Um, okay. Estelon, Mason, you guys got anything you guys want to go over?
I'm good, man. I was listening here, just a little noisy here, so I'll put it on mute.
Very good, bro. Mason, you eating some turkey? What you doing, man?
No, I got I do protein pasta with some ground beef and then some fresh bread from a bakery.
Okay. Looks good. Good, good. All right then. If that's everything, fellas, then we'll see you guys next week then.